you? Like, what's going on here?
Um, I've been alright actually. Like lately I've just been really calm and I've just been um I've just been enjoying like calmness. Um I don't know if that's like good because like oh my god. Sorry, let me just close out WhatsApp on my computer. Sorry about that. No, it's fine. We'll edit it out. We'll edit it out. But yeah, I've been okay. I've been pretty smooth actually. What have I been up to lately? Just reading. I started reading this book, something about Alaska. It's a fictional story.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and it's very nice.
Oh, nice. Do you know something I really miss? I really miss reading, like just reading, especially like fiction, even non-fiction self. It takes me a lot to read these days. It's
Really.
like I get very distracted very easily. Like I don't even know how to explain. It's very like I have a
Yeah.
reminder every morning and every
Is that your
night.
ADHDP?
Eh?
That's your ADHDP, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
It's true
yeah.
enough. You still have
I have
ADHD.
like 30-minute blockers every morning and every night to read, and it's still a struggle. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot. It doesn't even matter what I'm reading, except I'm reading like Reddit posts.
But does it work for you like if you like block time on your calendar to do
Yeah, I follow
something?
my calendar very like judiciously. Like my day is very scheduled. I know what I'm supposed to do
Really?
every day. Sometimes my days sometimes is useless because like the way this schedule was created, like the other day I was just laughing because I scheduled both my hair wash day and my hair making day on the same day, and I never do that. I always wash my hair like a week before I make the hair. So it was just so funny
Yeah.
that kind of clash. And then sometimes it's just I have schedules for dates. So if like I'm going to go on a date, I have like time blockers when I can do that.
Oh yeah, I
But
do
like
that.
I
That
just
actually.
don't have like dates to go
Yeah.
for those time blockers. Or sometimes the dates don't just work for like who I'm going out with. So I have to
Mm-hmm.
like move things around. So yeah, I love my schedule, but I'm also like flexible
Do
around the
you
schedule.
when you set the schedules for like dates that you want to go out on, say it's with someone that you're currently seeing, do you send the invites to them as well and say, hey,
S-
like
so
kindly find
actually
attached?
it depends. So this schedule is just like is free schedule is like dates. Like I have Friday dates, I have Saturday dates, and I have like I think Wednesday. I also have like solo dates, right? So it's like it's blockers of time. So like if I'm talking to you and you're like, oh, we should go blah blah blah, I'm just like, okay, can we do Wednesday XX time? Because I already have that in my calendar. So it's not really about the other person's like me. So but if the person
Oh,
says
I
no, that
see.
doesn't work for me, and so because I have multiple times, then I can know what fits. But so for instance now with you, you know that you always send schedules when we have to hang out. So like there are people that would send me schedules for hanging out and all of that, like block my calendar. And there are people that will say, okay, we have to make it a date. So let me send you a link. Even for calls self, sometimes I send like um Google Calendar schedules for calls, like people that I want to speak with for like 2 hours or 1 hour, and we don't speak often. So I have to send it to you so that I can have it like I can be so sure that we're going to do it. And there's no,
Mhm.
oh, I forgot, blah, blah. But
Understand.
generally, it's just going to be weird when you set like a date with somebody new and you're like, okay, let me send you a Google Calendar invite. They don't know you that deep. So it
Yeah.
might just like, yeah, so I just keep it for myself. So I know that, okay, I have reminders like 4 hours to the time I know that I'm going on a date. So I should probably start getting ready or mentally
Yeah.
prepared, stuff like that. Yeah. So
Yeah. What about
yeah.
you? Like, what city are you in now currently? Are you in Miami? Are you in Chicago?
Okay, so I'm still in Miami. I'm leaving tomorrow. Um,
Is your
yeah.
Arab billionaire still taking care of you?
Eh?
Mm.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
You will not hear me now. I says your Arab billionaire still taking care of you. I'll just repeat myself so it's crystal clear.
Who is my era billionaire? I don't get.
You don't get what? Let's pretend.
I
Let's pretend like you don't have one.
what billionaire? I don't get it. Like
Let's pretend like there's nothing happening. Like moving on. How's
yeah.
Miami going? How's Miami treating you?
Nice. The thing about this place is that this place is so hot. It's
Really? How many degrees?
like it's so like I don't see. Let me tell you what I was thinking about today is that if people are coming here because of like summer or something like that, like Nigeria needs to exploit being a summer destination for like people
In your
in
flood?
Lagos
With
like
your
that.
flood? Are you
It must
whining?
be Lagos. It must not be Lagos now. Did I say Lagos? I said Nigeria. Can't be Borno
Um,
self or something. Because the kind of sun that
where they
we
will
need.
kidnap them. I beg you. There's no place that makes sense in that country. Except
I
River
don't
State,
know.
except Port Harcourt.
But this as far as I'm concerned, this place is so hot. Like it's stupid hot. It's hotter than Lagos, and they don't even build. Their architecture is so interesting. So I like looking at
Yeah.
architecture of cities that I visit. They don't have any shade to like when they build houses. Like in Nigeria, we sort of like have we build houses to have like shades, right? That can create like shadows and all of that. Their house is just straight, like it's straight. The sun will touch you once you step outside. The sun will touch you. I have to wait till evenings to go out because it's just a lot for me. Like thinking about
Does
the
it get
sun.
darker towards evening? Does it get darker towards evening?
You know how all these places are now. It doesn't get dark early, so but
Oh
like
yeah.
I think around like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. it starts getting dark. But like not 8 p.m. rather, like maybe 9 p.m., 10 p.m. start getting dark. But like I go out
Hmm.
around like 6. That's when I typically leave the house because it's much more
Oh,
calmer. Like I can't even deal with the sun. The thing, even to even buy things, like to just go to like a grocery store is a lot for me because I feel like the sun is going to burn my head.
Bele.
Yeah, so
In
how is
Lincoln,
it
you have
there
friends. Do you have people you hang out with?
in Miami?
Mm-hmm.
No, actually. I'm a solo traveler who doesn't make friends. Who
Interesting.
doesn't yeah,
And you've
like
been there for like 2 weeks or something.
yeah, so this will be my second week. But yeah, I'm so happy I came here. I went to the beach. So I stayed like 1 week in Miami Beach and I really, really enjoyed that. Then I'm staying 1 week in the Miami City itself, which is like staying in Miami City, I really get why the entire tech industry wanted to
Why
move
don't
here.
you send us pictures?
So I'm not I don't know how to explain this thing. I'm not really like a picture person. And when I take pictures, I typically take pictures of like the environment, like what I'm looking at, what I find beauty in, than let's say taking pictures of myself. So, and I typically take mirror pictures and selfies simply because that's when I see like to me pictures like capturing beauty. So if I'm in front of the mirror, I'm like, oh, I look so good. I should take pictures. That's when it occurs to me. Like I'm just not
So,
going to sit down or
man, like that's fine. That's very vain, but that's fine.
whatever.
No, super vain, but
Thank
I hear
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does
Oh,
it
I forgot. Today was the
Yes.
UK general election,
Oh, today
and
is July 4th for us. So like today is the US birthday.
yeah, which was very ironic 'cause when they announced they
The
announced the
election.
election to hold today. Yeah,
So what's
because
the
like
election like? How Ronu is it?
how what?
How Ronu? Like are you guys Ronald?
What the heck was that lingo? Oh my god, this guy don't give me. But yeah, how how is it? It's very chilled actually. It's just like you walk into a place, like you don't even know, like everything is up and running. Like the first election I held, pretty much like maintained the same style. So there's no public holiday. People go to stores are open, everywhere is open. My baby even traveled today. So like everything is working normally. There's no shutdown of no fear, no panic. Everybody's going about their no snatching a ballot box.
Do you
Like you
ever
don't
think
even
that
know there's an
people are
election going on in the place. Like my polling unit, for instance, that you don't even know there's an election going on.
where's
You
your
just
polling unit? Is it like in an office, in a school, a driveway? Where is it?
it's in a it's in an office complex.
Okay.
It's in the ground floor of the office complex. It's a tower. So it's in the ground
Do
floor.
you think that Nigeria will ever be like that where like we're just
No,
having
no,
um
no. Nigeria will never taste
What is like the hope
as
for
good
like
as
a
this.
young Nigerian, like the young
There's no hope,
Nigerian?
man. There's no fucking hope.
It can't be.
There's no fucking hope. Like
Yeah,
it's depleting. Like the stories my elder cousins would tell me is better than the stories I experienced, and it's
yeah,
better than the stories I'll tell my kids. And
yeah. Or
all of this
your
is still
kids
better than the pure stories my
if they stay in
mom
Nigeria.
will tell us or my dad will tell us, and those are better than what my grandparents. So like it's
Yeah.
depleting and it's getting worse. So like hope no day.
Like the other day I was speaking with my mom and I was like, remember when like flights between Lagos and Asaba were like 14K? And I'm like, do you know how often I would have come home if that was silly? Like I will literally just be flying all the
Even if it
time.
was 2x,
I
which is
miss
like
you.
yeah, even if it was like 2x, which is
Yeah,
like
if it was like
reason.
28K, right? Yeah. Like I would fly all the time. I would visit like every other weekend when I just need like that homely, blah blah blah. But like now
Yeah,
it's like 300K for a round trip. You're thinking, do I really
yeah.
need to do I really need to blah blah blah? And
Someone
it's
was
a lot.
doing someone was doing closet sale on Instagram today. Someone I follow,
Mm,
and she was talking about the fact that like this thing is £200, and because she bought it at that price, and she can understand that it's very expensive, because like when she bought it was barely 70k, because pounds at the
mm,
time was like 300 naira. So
yeah,
if you do 300 naira for like a 200k, £200 stuff, you're paying not a lot of £200. Yeah, you're not paying a lot of money, right?
yeah.
So, but now that money is like crazy
I'm
because
telling
you'll
you.
be paying like yeah, it's fucking crazy. So like we can't even ball again
See, I'm telling
because
you,
of
we
the
can't
inflation
ball.
rate and then
My mom was telling me something about like when she started working and she was like her rent was like 500 naira and she was just there was some funny figures like I think she was earning like five times and she was like that was just like an entry level job because my mom worked for the government and she's like that was just like entry level. She was junior, she was earning that her rent was I think she was earning like five times her rent, that things were so good. She was living with her sister. They could plan a lot. They could do a lot. Like they could do whatever they wanted. And it's just, and right now it's like, I'm making all this money and I feel like I'm just struggling. Like, I'm really struggling
yeah,
to
the
put,
goalpost keeps shifting
yes,
and
like
like
it's a lot. It's a
yeah,
lot.
I was
But you're
looking
it's
I,
a lot. It's a lot.
yeah, I was looking at my finances this end of the month, and I'm like, in terms of actual numbers, like I kind of made more money in June, but like the poverty that hits me, it's it didn't come funny because
I think I saw your tweet about like how you suffer poverty.
bro, like because the rates went up, and so like
Yes,
that was
exactly.
just fucked up.
Whoa, like even earning in naira is just like stupid shit. Like it's
And
the worst
so
of like people like us. Like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I want to ask something. Like, where do you think like Nigerians should move to? Should they move to like the UK and Europe, or like should they consider more of like the America? Even in America, like Canada is not different from is different from the US. So like, so I
yeah,
know that
depends
the
on
what's your take?
yeah. For me, I think it depends on what you want. Um, right, and it
Mm,
depends on what your primary optics are. Mm, if it's a situation where and let's assume all of these places are within your reach, like you have the ability to get a US visa, you have the ability to get a Canadian visa. Let's in this scenario, right? Me, I think it depends on what you want. If you are trying to tap into the resources that you have in terms of network, And that's very deep for you. I don't think you should leave Nigeria.
Hmm.
Um,
But most
yeah,
people are in Nigeria anyway. Like I barely have friends who are always in Nigeria.
yeah,
The
but
most
like if,
people that
sorry, go
are
ahead.
me.
Sorry, go ahead. Take it again.
Yeah, so I'm like saying that even if you're saying like tapping your network in Nigeria and all of that, like I barely have friends in Nigeria. Like most of the people I know are like in between cities or
Hmm.
they're just not in Nigeria.
Yeah,
And even like professionally,
yeah.
I do a lot of things that like a lot of like good partnerships that we've had or something like that is people that I actually meet here in the US.
Mm-hmm.
That end up doing like those things for me with their Nigerian companies or stuff like that. Like that I was talking to you about how like our current biggest partnership is in the US. That I met the person that did the intro, that even the MD of the banking quotes is is like in the US. I met him as well and everything. So it's like what's the point? Like what's the point of what's the network really in Nigeria?
So like again, it depends. So for you, you're doing tech startups and all that shit. So like you're likely to find a lot of them in the US and wherever else that is not Nigeria. But if I'm running a um oil exploration business, definitely I'm not going to find my customers like
Mm, yeah,
most likely in America. I could if I'm
yeah,
exporting directly, but if I'm just like on the value chain, like I'm not like selling it and looking for who will buy. Um, but yeah, that's what I think. For me, like I kind of think I have a good enough network in Nigeria, and
mm,
I can reach. I can to a good extent. I can reach like a lot of people that
mm-hmm,
can, yeah, influence things for me. But for me, if I had had a passport, probably as a child when my parents gave birth to me here or something, I don't know if I would chase a second location at the moment,
mm,
especially, well, apart from the fact that Nigeria is in a lot more chaos than it used to be, or Lagos particularly is in a lot more chaos than it used to be. I probably would just move to somewhere like Abuja and
mm,
stay there. Yeah, because again, my day to day is not very energetic. It's not. I don't come in contact with the troubles of this city, even in the current place I am in now. Like I barely go out. So and when I go out,
yeah,
it's a once in a while thing, and I can optimize for making sure that that once in a while event um is as comfortable can get me.
yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think. Also, and if you're optimizing for um um what's it called, quality of life, um I'm not a huge fan for excessive comfort, sure, but if that's what your P is, yeah, then come to the UK for sure because like food is good, um quality of air is good, transport is good, and
Mm.
everything is cheap here. Yeah. But also then also if you want to like if you're still very high like still very busy in your career, you want to like compete on a global level. Yeah, probably not like a Leeds, for instance. You probably want to go to like a major city, um, and interact with the best minds there. Well, yeah, that's what I think. Sure. How about you?
Personally, my own thoughts about it is like, me and me, like heavy career person type. Or rather, I just guess I'm in a time in my life where like my career is like top for me. It's like what I'm thinking about the most. And because of that, I just think that so it depends, like if you care about community a lot, I guess moving to the UK and maybe even like some countries in Europe make a lot of sense because there's like a lot of Nigerians there and stuff like that. But like if you care about like for me, I feel like we're trying to like play the economic like ladder and your money is not tied to and your money is tied to like where you work or where you live, I would say that it's better to move to like the US. That's why I chose the US. Also, I like
Mm-hmm.
exciting things. Like to me, the UK is boring. Like
You've not
it's boring.
been like that's the annoying thing. You and Chibike, Chibike will be shouting that the UK. There's nothing. You've never been to the UK,
This I don't
and
understand that
you
you following me and everywhere.
have you been to the UK?
Yes, no.
When?
Hey.
Come on. Same thing with my guy. You go talk. Oh, have you experienced it yourself? No.
Okay. Don't worry, I know what I'm talking about, Sha.
Okay, I hear you. I don't doubt that the US is very exciting and obviously a lot
It's
more
not even
exciting than
very
the UK.
exciting self. It's not
No,
that
no,
it's like
it's no. If you're talking about excitement, it is a lot more exciting, like 10x more exciting. In fact, 25x more exciting. If we're taking, or let's say 12x, if we're taking a look at the GDP. But yeah, it is exciting. It is bigger. There's a
yeah,
lot more
to me it is that it is bigger. Is it even if
opportunities.
you're traveling to like everywhere in Europe, everywhere is small. Like where are you going? Yeah, everywhere. What can they do? What can they put there? Like me now, like sometimes I have different vibes and those vibes dictate what I want to do or where I want to be and I can have it all here. That's how I think about things. So
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. To be honest, like yeah, that makes sense. Like nobody doubts that the US gives you that um opportunity. But for me, the fact that I can accelerate my because I come from a third world country and my passport is incapacitated,
yeah,
I
actually
want
you're so
to
right. Oh,
optimize for that a lot more.
yeah.
What is it?
I say you're so right because even like choosing Canada is like much more better than like choosing the US
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, for sure. It's just that Canada doesn't have like a tech founders program. If they did, I probably would have been in Canada instead.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so because I really considered going for the O1 instead of coming to the UK, but like the route to get a citizenship was just
too
too
long.
long and too not too straight. So I just
It's
said, okay,
actually
let me get a passport
just long.
first.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
long. Actually, it's a lot. It's a
yeah.
bit.
So that's what, and it's not like a case where like I'm going to suffer if I'm not in the US. I'm not going
Yeah,
to.
no, no,
At the
definitely.
moment,
To me,
it's not
just
the
like
case for me.
yeah, it's just choices. It doesn't even really matter to be honest, because the truth is, we're not in our country anyway. It doesn't even matter where you're staying that much or
Hmm.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, but
but I
how are
have
you able to
that
like?
like okay, I have
Go
friends that are
ahead, go
like
ahead.
worried about like I have friends that are like in the UK and are like, should I be moving to the US? Stuff like that. Me, I'm like, I don't even know. So me,
Yeah, I'm not
yeah,
very pressured to be honest.
I'm
So
on vibes.
yeah, same. So like I'm not exactly pressured. So I hear a lot of people moving to Canada from the UK, blah 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 blah, because of like
But
also
you just
depends on the
got right,
route you are on, to be
like,
honest.
what do
Because
you want to pressure yourself for? You just got there.
yeah, no, no, people come here 1 year and they say they're looking for Canada, and also depends on the route they came in on. So if you come in like as a student or like on a some visa that does not really help you accelerate your path to ILR or getting a citizenship, yeah, I can imagine why you'll be itching to leave. Yeah, but like in 3 years, like you can pretty much get ILR, um, and like in like five
What's
years you get your
ILR?
citizenship. Indefinite leave to remain, like green card
Okay, okay.
or
But
like
here,
PR.
like you came here, you know that you just apply for like PB visa and like that's your PR. Although it's
Yeah,
not
but
indefinite.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's anyway, it's not as straightforward as the
It's
as
not straightforward,
you
no.
like
Yeah.
getting it is not like it's not straightforward, but like part of citizenship is not that straight. It's not that like easy and okay, you just know that you just have to remain or stuff like that. It is
Yeah.
well. Imagine what our country is making us think about. So let's talk about like long distance friendships and
Hmm.
relationships. Like a lot of it is like, for instance, now you're like 8, 9 hours away from me. Time zone difference. You have like friends everywhere: Canada, UK, US, other parts of Europe, even Nigeria. You still have friends in Nigeria. You have people who are moving to like other countries in Nigeria as well. How are you like balancing and navigating all of that?
Wait, before we get into that, question for you.
Okay.
Would you, I hear you on long distance relationship, would you do a long distance marriage? Like, would you marry someone who is in Nigeria and you guys see probably once a year?
But you know that I talk about like what is the ideal marriage for me all the time, and it is actually like a long distance marriage where I'm the third wife. Like I need,
No, no, no,
like
let's assume you're serious now this time around.
yes,
Like,
I'm serious.
your,
Like I don't know why people
your
think I'm not
all
serious.
your Iran removed from your body,
See, I've
and
been
now you
saying
want
this
to
thing for
like
like
you want
years.
to really, really marry.
I've been saying this thing for years, and you guys think I'm joking. So let
You,
me
you
say.
can't be
So
serious now.
I'm so serious. Let me tell you something that
I
I
hear you.
think that this sort of like affected how I think about marriage. Like I've been tackling myself a lot around like my thoughts around like romantic relationships and like marriages and like maybe I'm a little bit maybe I don't know that there's something wrong with me and there's something actually wrong with me. But you know that
Mm-hmm,
like I didn't necessarily grow up in a house with a dad and a mom.
mm-hmm.
And having my dad come around during like certain periods of time in the year was so like it was so great for me. Like I can't like to me, that's the best way for a woman to be because when my dad is
The
around,
mom
my
said it was
mom
good
is
for you.
so different. Eh?
Did the mom say it was great for her?
No, I've never asked her to be honest. But like my mom is so different from when my dad is around. Like she's just like two different people. And I hated her so much. Like I hated how she was when my dad was around. Like I was just like, why are you acting like this? Why are you doing all of this? So I feel like that separation, like that knowing that, oh, I can just be myself, like free from a man for like months in a year for like a long time. It just seems so great to me. In fact, you know, when I was in secondary school, I used to tell my friends that I pray that I just like get married to somebody who is in another city. And even if we're in the same city, that the person agrees to have another house. Like we're not staying together. So
Hmm.
long
That's quite
distance,
an interesting way to think about long distance.
yeah, right. So for me it's not it's like space. Like I want space, I want space, I want to be left alone. Like I want to be connected to you, but not like in my space. Like I don't really want you in my space all that much. But then again, I've had like most of my relationships were long distance. Were
Hmm.
it? Okay, no, not really.
Yeah, no, no.
My longest relationship was long distance and
Okay.
worked out really well. Like I really loved it. And I've had like short distance relationships that also worked really well. There was no much difference to me. I was also in their space a lot and they were in my space a lot and it wasn't that deep. It was okay. Like I liked them. And when I the thing is I had my own house. So and they had their own house. So like when we're tired of each other, we'll just go to um like we'll just go back to our houses, you get. But
So
also
you'll
like
be fine. So my question, you'll be fine with a long distance marriage.
yeah, I think so. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. Like the way I am now, I probably will, but because I'm beginning to like tackle like my mentality around like romantic relationships and marriages, it's possible that what I think those things are not really what it is. So like I might enjoy like a shorter distance relationship.
For the record, Honorable Justice, whatever is in charge of this session, the plaintiff is a 21-year-old bisexual female based in Miami, Florida, wherever.
I'm not living in Miami and I'm not 21. I'm old enough.
Okay, that's fine. Moving on. But yeah, to long distance like shit. So,
Yeah,
man, like I think it's going to be um it's going to be really tough for this generation, and I don't know what the effect of this would be because I was reading stories also from cultures and like societies that have heavily migrated at this scale. Because I don't think like the migration of the late 80s and early 90s was this like
but
crazy.
I
Yeah,
honestly
I don't
how
know what scale it was, but like I don't think it was this bad because my parents still had a lot of friends locally. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so I don't know to be honest. But I don't think. But I want to argue that like this is quite a lot. Like since 2019 or give or take 2020 till now, the number of people that have left Nigeria in search of um greener pastures, as it were, and permanently relocating is quite a lot. Um, and like there's nobody that hasn't been affected by this. Um, and it's going to definitely take a strain on us in terms of like community building, in terms of like just vulnerability generally. Because like if you throw back to like when we were growing up, we for me particularly like we had a lot of people that we could rely on. Like if my mom was going to be late to pick me from school, for instance, she could call someone that stayed in our compound that could pick me up from school. They didn't even need to call. Like if because we went to the same school together, if one person goes to the school, um, my mom's friend can pick me up from school and pick my me and my siblings from school, and that was just how like community worked then. Um, but like how do we manage that kind of dynamic now, especially now that we are in like different cities, people that we used to who we have like formed deep connection with over long term um are not present again to continue that friendship as it were. Um and so now we have to now start rebuilding those kind of intimacy with newer
Yeah,
people and the familiarity that you have built and the connection you have built over this long term just has to be rebuilt again, and that's just fucking hard.
yeah.
Um, and for some of these
Especially
friendships that
oh,
started, yeah, some of these friendships started when you're very small and you
yeah.
were not conscious of yourself as you are now. So rebuilding those kind of relationships now as an adult is just going to be singularly different because you have egos, you have guards up, you have things that you have to
Yeah.
protect. So it's going to be really hard, man. It's going to be really hard. I can't even lie.
So someone
Um,
asked me like, yeah, was it like yesterday or 2 days ago? And they were like, "Oh, don't since you moved, like, don't you feel lonely and stuff like that? Like, how are you coping?" And I'm like, funny enough, no, not really. Many. So one of the things is like, just like you, like, I hardly ever go out. Like, whether I'm in Nigeria or whether, like, doesn't matter where I am. I'm not like the type who is always going out or blah blah blah.
mhm,
So as long as and I thank God for the internet and Mark Zuckerberg and like the fact that there's like social networks and stuff like that, it just helps me like online. Like I'm able to keep up with my family, with my friends and stuff like that. I don't even have to talk to them every day or stuff like that. Like just knowing that they exist and being able to like say hey or just like reply to you on Instagram or something like that, it helps me feel connected. And so I don't necessarily feel lonely, but I
mhm,
do feel like, especially because like I moved to like Chicago, where I really do not know anybody. There are times I want to say, hey, how should I do this or how should I do that? And I'm like, oh my God, like if I had a friend, it's have been easier to understand like how to transition or things like that. And so like my friends like Ayo and Aya and Olamide, because like I'm closest to them in terms of like when it comes to like my move here, like I talk to them more about like things. And now I'm talking to ED too, because like ED is also moving. So like we're just trading like stuff, right? So anyway, with Ayo and the rest, they've been here for a long time. And so they're like, why are you moving to like Chicago? Like, why not rather Chicago? I don't know why I keep saying Chicago. Why are you moving to Chicago? Like, why are you not moving to like where you actually have been before or know people? Because like I have a good network in NYC, and they're like, why are you doing that? Like, this is not how people move. You should move to somewhere that you know people, and then when you're a little bit stable, you can then move and blah blah blah. So I like that's missing friends. Like if I want to do my hair, I have to like Google like okay, I have to figure out where can I make my hair, what are the advantages. I have to read different reviews to know the possibility of what could happen to me by going to that salon. Like just stuff like that. Let's say it's like I'm figuring out life afresh. But I've also moved a couple of times as well, which kind of helps. Like I've built network, like a new network, a new friendship group, blah blah blah, multiple times over the course of my life. But I think it's just worse now because now it's like different cultures, different like I can't stand somebody calling me a bitch. Like I don't want to hear it. Like I like oh yeah, my bitch. Nobody don't tell me that. Like I don't want to hear it. Like do you get? But like it's just regular for people here, and it's also so I even like signed up on like Bumble BFF, and I get like likes all the time. I get people like that reach out to me. Do you not answer to any single person?
Why?
I've not answered to any single person because I just Fairfield is overwhelming for me. Like all these like dating apps, friendship, all those things. It just
Rush me. You should
no,
have a
no,
sound on this podcast so
I
that
I
you can be
think that they
funny.
rush everybody. Oh. Do you know the funny thing? I think that everybody has like on Hinge. I'm telling you that right now on Hinge, I probably have like 1,000 likes on Hinge. The thing is that I hardly ever go to my Hinge. So I just when I go there, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do I have plus 50 requests? Because you know the highest you can see is 50 plus requests. And
I
the
don't
other
know.
day, oh, you don't do you have you ever used Hinge?
No.
Exactly. So like the other day I was like, okay, let me get through this. It's just 50. Bruh, I
Hold on,
went through
hold on, hold on. I want to try something. So you say you have 50 plus. Yeah, that's me cheering you for your 50
I
plus
didn't
request. Go
even
ahead.
hear anything self. Yeah, I'm
Are you
serious.
serious? Oh my god. That's actually fucked up.
Because because the other day I was just bored. I think like Sunday evening or something. I was like, okay, let me even go through like these 50 plus people. Bruh, I went through like 150 and it was still 50 plus. So I'm like, oh wait, this is really more than 50 plus. And more people kept on
Shall
like
we clap for you?
there
Do
are
you think
new
we should
like
clap for you?
no, see, you don't get it. I don't even think that like I'm special. I think that
I think
that's
you
just
are. Come on. Come on. Come on. You say when you look
no,
at the mirror, you say when you look at the mirror, you see a beauty, and in fact, I'm clapping for you. Clap
no.
for you.
I think that I'm serious. My point is that like I think that if you sign up on Hinge, you get just as much like that's the thing. Like you just
I
you
thank you
don't
for
get
rating me so
and the
highly,
thing is
but
that those things it has taken a while. Oh, it's not like oh it's just the first day. Is that I don't actually answer those things. But back to the Bumble BFF thing. So like I have like a bunch of people who are reached out and stuff like that. So one is actually overwhelming to actually go through all those things. But like but even going through itself is like, okay, I don't have enough information about you to actually want to be friends with you. Also, sometimes I watch like TikToks of people making new friends in new cities, and you're just making friends with somebody like who's super weird or like stuff like that. So
mm-hmm.
I'm like, do I have the energy to go and meet somebody that's will say we want to go and buy drinks and then I don't know if you're selling weed on the side or something like all those kind of like I'm not interested in all those
But weed
kind
is
of
legal now. Weed is legal in Chicago.
yes I yeah it's legal but like okay maybe not weed maybe drug thing, like my point is that oh but I don't even want to be friends with like a weed seller. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter
That's very racist though. But go ahead.
yeah so it doesn't even it's not like if you can be a weed smoker I don't mind But like, I don't want people to say,
That's so fucking elitist and classist. You don't want
how?
to hang out. You don't want to hang out with a weed seller
No,
because you
it's
are a tech CEO.
it's
Wow,
the
wow,
thing.
so
I don't.
classist.
You can be selling weeds today. Tomorrow you're selling cocaine. Like I don't.
No, no, I know my job. I know my job. I cannot interplay. I know how to
Mm,
sell weed, so I sell only weed.
nah, so so
Wow.
yeah, that thing is just weird though. It's, it's like somehow for me. Yeah. So
Hmm.
make sense is not
Tricky.
easy. But the good thing is
Yeah.
that we all enter Nigeria in December.
I
But
don't
all
think I'm
go
going to
around.
Russia.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Where do you plan to be?
Um, I plan to be in Jerusalem.
Do you know I have one of my friends that actually invited me to follow him to his hometown in December.
Which hometown?
Like his own hometown. I can't say it
Does
here.
he want to marry you?
No, he's married.
Does he want to marry? Is it the first time he used to marry a second wife?
No, he doesn't want. He
Yes, if you
doesn't.
say you want to be third wife now, what do you say you want to be?
He doesn't want to marry a second wife. Oh, he's just like
Where is he from?
I can't say it. I feel like people that know me will
Like,
know
is he
who he
Easterner?
is.
Is he Westerner? Is he Northerner? Is he
Yeah, he's like
Southerner?
an Ghana. So it's
Northerner?
like no, east, like southeast.
Oh, let's go now. Like, I think Southeast will be fun
He's
in
not. I
December.
don't think he wants to carry you. I think he wants to carry me.
Yeah, like, let's all go as a crew. You guys will have your own thing.
No, okay. He probably he likes his hometown very well, so maybe he'll be happy if you come along. I don't know, but you also know that we have like a weird relationship, right? Like where people think that like so we have this thing where like people always ask me about you. Do you know? Like people
Like
just come
me,
to my
like
hometown.
myself.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. That what?
the same way like when you were still single, people used to say that they don't believe that we are not like we're just friends and stuff, and it makes them not
Yeah.
want to date you or stuff like that. So it's the
Yeah, I
same
get
thing.
that a lot.
Exactly. So like it's the same thing on my own end as well. So I don't think that they're like sometimes like I have guys that are into me that like are just insecure about like my relationship with you. So like they don't want to hear your name. They don't like it irritates them or things like. Do you know
Damn,
my
damn,
last
damn.
my last partner?
You're
Oh
not
my
causing
god!
insecurity with some bunch of niggas.
Let me tell you something. My last
I'm going to abuse this
My last
term
partner
there.
was the funniest of it all because clearly, like, we were spending most times together. Like, he knew everything about, like, he basically knew, like, we were spending a lot of time together. He knew the other people that I was, like, going out on dates with and stuff like that. And he knew that we're friends, yet he was just so super insecure. I'm sure he hates you because I'm just
Damn.
like, you're so weird with this thing because obviously you know that me and Tolu are just friends, but
The bloody hardworking nigga walking down the street of Lagos and someone just randomly hitting him. What's gonna happen next? Someone's going to pick up a pistol and blast this nigga's head. That's so
mm,
pathetic and sad.
it's not, but yeah, this thing like
Jesus, and do you know you put my life at risk, man?
Mumu, shut
Like
up.
you put my life on Jesus.
You do not put my whole life. You don't know that girls used to pour acid. I be what? I don't
There's
know.
nobody that I think will hate you. Jesus, that's not even possible.
But no, I swear, like there are even people that you know that I don't want to say their names that are like, I don't want to hear about Tolu. I don't. I'm just like, I better calm down. It's not that serious. And then sometimes people are always like, okay, have you heard from Tolu? Have you? I'm just like, me and Tolu do not talk every day. Like we're not inside each other's faces. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't understand.
No serious.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know if this person is going to be like that and also like just feel like,
But
why do
curious, would you have an issue with would you have an issue with someone you are seeing who has like a close friend that is of the opposite sex? Stupid question,
clearly not?
but
Like I
yeah.
can't. Like I have like friends of the opposite sex that I'm close with. And I think that sometimes people don't even realize that, like, so for you, for instance, you have multiple close friends that are girls, right? It's not that it's just me. It's like there's me, there's like other people that are close to you as well and they talk to all the time. But it's just in their head, right? Um
Yeah.
and to me, I have like a number of friends that are like platonic relationships with people in the opposite sex. And all the times, like when people talk about things like this, it just makes me wonder, okay, so for people who are bisexual, what happens? They should not have close friends that are girls or boys or what? Or like
Sorry,
if
take the bisexual P again.
hmm? So if
I
you are
didn't
so
get
if
the
people are like,
bisexual P.
oh, you can't be friends with the opposite sex because it can't just be platonic, blah 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 blah. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Because like if somebody is bisexual, should they also not have like people close friends of the same sex? Like what are you saying? Are you saying they should not have any friends because like do you understand what I'm trying to say? I
I hear you.
Yeah. I even remember like when I was much more younger, I had like a really close friend. Like anyway, ours wasn't strictly platonic, but like yeah, I had this friend and my older brother used to be like, I'm just deceiving myself. There's nothing like platonic friendships between people of opposite sex, blah 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 blah. I'm just like, damn, for real. Anyway, it ended up being that we didn't end up being like strictly platonic, but like whatever. My point is that people are just always worried about it.
Okay, cool. Back
Yeah.
to the conversation about your December trip. Have you booked your flight?
So I no, well, you know the way I am.
Okay. You
I
book your
don't
flight the day of the
travel.
flight or the day you are flying. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, I'm ready to travel. So yeah.
You're a big girl.
It's not even big girl. It's
Are
like
you flying business or you're flying economy?
I always fly economy now. I don't get. It's
Like,
my daddy is
you
dead
could have
though.
made it now. Like,
My daddy is dead. There's nobody that
oh, okay. I'm just curious. You could have made it. Train could have blown.
I'm
Like,
not like you, Tolu. I'm not rich. I'm not like you. I'm not wealthy.
okay, okay. I'm flying business, sure.
I know now. Is it not you? Is you know?
Yeah, if I'm going to come to Nigeria, but I don't think I want to come.
Why
I feel
not?
like the culture of 30 December in Nigeria needs to be abolished. I feel like it's still. I feel like we can't be exalting. Um, and do you notice that like this importation of IGGBs, especially as we had it last December, is like the first in a long time, and that's because of the export of Afrobeats in the last 1 2 years.
Hmm.
Do you yeah, that's what I think. Because
Yeah,
like nobody thinks of Nigeria as a
no, like
rock spot for
especially
December.
December culture. I think it was really hottest like maybe 2019, 2021.
Not this much did you see last year?
Okay, you mean like number of people? I feel like it's because it's more
Oh,
because
these are not locals, oh, these are not people that traveled and came back. These are like people that have never been to Nigeria in a long time.
well, they
That
should
kind of
bring
thing.
the dollars. We need it for our economy.
Fuck that. Like if Afrobeat had not popped
But
in
Afrobeat won't start
2021,
popping like
2022.
2020. Okay. 2020, 2021. Like Afrobeat has been popping for a while now. Like when was
Yeah, and I
Essence?
mean like exports, like the globalization. Like we've not
Yes,
had
I know what
a
they
lot
are
of one
saying. When was Essence?
that
Was
CK
Essence
song. What's that CK song? Yeah, that one. We've not had bonus.
last
What's
last.
last? We've not had Rema's calm down. We've
Yeah.
not had
Was
Essence.
2019, right? Year was 2019. Essence was 2020. I think Essence was
2021.
2021. Yeah. So I think
Mhm.
Afrobeat has been popping for a while. And I think that more people will actually come maybe to Nigeria.
Yeah, my
Um
point is like it's not we're not deserving of
why
that.
is it affecting you? Like I don't get it. What's your business? Why don't you
I
want?
I don't think Nigeria should be hosting the world
It's not the
every
world, it's just
December.
a bunch of Nigerians.
It's not Nigerians that came last year. Oh. Did you see, like everybody was here, man?
Who is
Or there
everybody?
rather.
I've not seen any. What do you mean by everybody?
like everybody in the black Jamaicans, Kenyans, like
Hey,
South
I love it.
Africans.
I
Eh?
love it. I love it, and I feel like
I
um
feel that's a lot of blood on our hand already. Like that's a lot of responsibility that we can't even cater for. The bloody 20 million Lagosians that we claim to be housing haven't been
that
catered
was the
for
lie now.
properly.
They are not 20 million Lagos. We know it.
But that's what they claim now. That's why I said they claim. But yeah, that's the topic for another day. Because I just think like what could go wrong? Everything could go wrong actually.
Like that native.
And I don't want to witness it. I don't want to
One year
be
was that year when like native Guinea, there was like something that they did, and
like
then
commotion, be
or something. Yeah.
yeah. Because yeah, we don't want to host the world
Well, me, I
and
want to cause the
because
world
will
up.
not bust.
So if I don't care if like Kenyans or Jamaicans come over, my thing is that because if you don't stay in Nigeria and you don't have like all your friends around at the same time, that December is when you know that there are more people
Oh,
around.
for us,
Or
Abby. Okay, yeah, fair.
people like that yeah. So that's mine. That's why I like that December. It's not even really the parties and everything. It's just the fact that more people are around. You can do more things with people. You can hang out more. Whatever. That works.
Mm-hmm. And everywhere is going to be jam packed and full. Just
But
spread
this
out
so last
anyway.
year was so funny because like 31st of December, I went out with one of my friends. We went to do that crossover
Let's laugh.
night.
Let's laugh. Let's laugh. Go
What
ahead.
happened? What happened?
Oh, never mind.
Like we went to like a bunch of places. We just like club hopping places, and there was nobody. Like it was empty.
Yeah, like this
We went,
crossover does not pop until like 4 a.m.
oh, I see. Because like we were like moving like 12, 1, even up to 2 a.m. If I was just like, please go and drop me at home because this is getting boring. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, are you looking forward to it though?
Am I, to December? I don't really know, Sha. Till like when it's getting there, maybe I'll be excited to see like a few people. Um, this last December wasn't really much for me because it wasn't really much for me to be honest, and it was
How about
okay,
like
Sha.
December? Like, what was the most exciting part of last December for you?
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. Like last December wasn't really. It didn't turn out
Are you
so glam.
serious?
Eh?
Like, you didn't have like good fun. You didn't go clubbing.
I went to places and stuff like that. Like I already had like things that I decided I wanted to do, and like I did some of them, but like it just wasn't. It wasn't as nice. It wasn't as nice as
Hmm.
like the previous years for me. That's it. It wasn't as nice as the previous. Like previous years, I had like way more fun.
What year would you say you had the maddest that is December?
2021, like 2021, I
2020, 2020, 2021 was
yeah
not recovery of COVID year.
yeah I had the maddest fun. Like so the thing is that in 2021, I had like um in 2021 I had people
No, no.
who wanted to not even turn themselves like we had things to do together, which made it fun. I had like a bunch of like people who wanted to like do stuff with me, which made it fun, and then also like it was also like a very very romantic period for me. So like my most romantic periods are typically around December, as a matter of fact. So like yeah, so
I don't
it's
know
good
if it's like magic, but like that seems to be true for like most
for
people.
you as well. So my
Yeah, for
most
me as well, actually. Yeah,
yeah, like I always say that I'm most likely to fall in love in December because it's just like for some reason.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So like I think that that was like the most fun because I was very very calm in my own self. Like I didn't have like a lot of things I was worrying about at that point. I did a trip with my mom, which was really great because we hadn't seen in a while. So it was like really refreshing, just like bonding with her alone without like the stress of my brothers or whoever around. Then I also like I sort of like I would not say I met someone, but like I sort of like pushed like advanced a little bit to like someone at that time. So it was also like really fun to just just like and like we're just so immersed in like having fun for that period that it was great. Like it was great. It was great. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Last December was not bad. I'm not
It
sure I
wasn't
did
bad
a
for
lot of
me, oh,
shows.
but it was not like it didn't stick out. Like it wasn't bad for me, but it didn't stick out. I had the most fun with my neighbors. Funny enough, like my neighbors kept everything lit. Like
Your neighbors, people don't have like you're bonding over generator sounds.
oh my god! And that December was the worst. Like because nobody's who going to answer you, right? So like that December was the worst. Where, but I think, but yeah, maybe that's one part of the stress that I felt that December. But like yeah, it was really great. Like my neighbors made sure that we're lit, so we were happy. Yeah.
Okay. Talking about leads, are you following the conversation? Are you following the conversation about what's it called? What's this guy? What's this guy on Twitter?
Oh, Jarus guy. Is that the conversation?
No,
Or
no, no.
okay. Who is lit on
The
Twitter?
Kuda PM.
Hmm?
The Kuda PM on this piggy vest brass thing. Do you want to talk about this topic?
What's his PVS Brasting? I don't know what PVS Brasting is.
Did you listen to the last episode of Open Africa?
Yes, I did. Wow.
You want to talk about this topic? It's fine if you don't talk about
No,
it.
I don't want to.
Alright, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
um.
Alright, cool, cool, cool. Have you watched Supercell?
Yes, I have watched it and I love it. I love it. Like I think I've been anticipating that movie for a very long time. Like saw the
You
trailer
have?
like
I didn't even know it was in the works. That's the funny thing.
I saw the trailer like a year ago, if not more so, and I
A
was like, oh
year. I
yeah,
swear I didn't even know about this movie
I was like,
until I saw it on Netflix.
for real? No,
I
like
swear.
I was
And that's very strange, to be honest.
fine. Let's get into it. I really enjoyed this shot because like I,
I
you
saw it
know,
on Instagram first because I followed Tosin,
who is Tosin? The babe?
the lead actor.
Okay, the guy. That guy.
Yeah,
I
my babe said it's fine, but I didn't
yes,
see
he
it.
is. So there are two things for me. He's fine, but he also reminds me of Shola for some reason, like Shola Pasta.
It's
Uh,
talk.
yeah, I don't know if it's the hair or something, but he just reminds me of him kind of. But separately,
Mm.
because I don't really think of Shola as like fine. I'm not saying he's ugly, but like that's not what gets into my head when I think about Shola. But like this guy,
What if I tell you Shola is in his 40s? Will you still think it's fine?
I said I did not think of him as fine or not fine before. So like I don't think about Shola in terms of like is he fine, is he not fine. Yeah, and I
This is
know like
I
he's
think
like
it's a cute man, sure.
I don't care. I just don't care about him. I don't think about him that much.
That's
So
much. Are you serious?
yes, I think about him in terms of pay stack now. What do you want me to say? I don't know what you want me to
Okay,
say.
okay, okay. I want to
Yeah.
trap you. Go ahead.
Okay. So, but like this guy is just so I don't even to me it's not even just his face, it's like there's
Yeah,
this
I don't think
vibe.
superheroes should be that fine, to be honest. Like
He's
I
not
feel
even
like I feel like objectively we should be able to spread talent and
oh my
gifts.
god. Okay, so we should have like
So
ugly
like
super
ugly people, yeah, ugly people should definitely be
and you
superheroes.
can
So
volunteer
like
to
I should be a superhero for instance.
yeah, you can
But
just
like that guy should not be a superhero for God's sake. Like that's just too much.
yeah, I feel like he's really attractive and not like in a
Yeah, which does not make sense. Like why should a
attractive
superhero be
way.
that attractive?
You understand?
Yeah.
Like it's just like I can feel his aura sort of and he's acting, but like I can still just like feel it and I just know that in real life, if I met this person, I will be into them. I don't know how to
You'll be
explain it.
like into them or like into them.
No, I don't understand. What do you mean? What does that mean?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. So you know Sugar Belly on Twitter. She tweeted this thing
No, I
today
don't.
where she was like, if your baby is that there's no point in hiding like a baby for so an ugly baby for so long. To later reveal the child and people were like going in hard on her like this is being blah blah blah. What do you think?
Yeah, I've always thought about that shit, man. Like, but I don't. I'm not like. I'm a coward. I'm too much of a coward to talk about it publicly.
So yeah, so I think it's also funny because it just comes off at the same time that Halle, like Chloe and Halle babe, like she just posted her child's picture yesterday or today after like hiding it for so long, hiding the baby's face for so long, and she posted it now. And so when she tweeted, people are like, "Stop calling Halo ugly, blah blah blah. You're so mean, blah." And I'm not
Is
gonna
it be
lie to
ugly?
you.
Is it be ugly for you?
I think you should consider. I will not comment. You should consider.
Yeah, but curious actually. Like, so like
I'm
there's something.
politically correct. I'm politically correct. I don't say the wrong thing to
Well,
people.
something very funny. Just how like I just remember something very funny. So
Okay.
my mom and I went visiting to a church member that just put to bed, and we went to the house of the person, and oh, congratulations, oh, congrats on your baby. Let's go and see the baby, because my mom is like much older than her, so yeah, just wanted to carry the baby and just help her a little. And everything was going on okay, going on fine. And I saw the baby and I was like, that's different from the other babies we
I
see.
think that you told me this story. I think you told me
And
the
I'm
story.
like,
I
I couldn't even hide it. Like I couldn't even control myself. And it's not like I was very small. I was probably like 15.
see.
And I'm like,
Now
I
let
think
me
this
tell
baby's head is big, man.
you funny. Let me finish the sugar belly thing before I tell you.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
I think personally, when I saw, so I think that it's fine to have the thought that a baby is ugly, and it can also be annoying. In fact, honestly, when I saw like Hallie's baby, I'm just like, these people, they are so unserious. First of all, they were lying that they were not pregnant, then they ended up announcing when the baby was born. Like, if you are going to lie that you're not pregnant, then don't announce that a baby is born. Like, there's a
Yeah.
difference between
Probably the doctor that was supposed to remove it did not get it done.
exactly. Exactly, because it's the difference between people who were speculating that you were pregnant and you just did not answer versus denying and telling people that they are anti-black or things like that, and you ended up being pregnant and then gave birth and then you now announce the baby and then you now say hiding the baby's face and then you now later posted like what are you doing? What sort of like attention seeking is this? And I think that it's fine to think that babies are ugly. I just think that you those are kind of like there's some conversations you have with your friend. Like you don't say them to strangers or you don't say them publicly or something like that. So it's fine to say that because some things are true but mean. Like something being mean doesn't necessarily mean it's a lie,
Yeah.
right? But like
Hmm.
still mean. So if you come out and say, "Oh, this person is ugly," it is possible that the person is ugly, but it doesn't make the person feel good. It doesn't make like people feel somehow
But will
when they
you
say,
tell your friend, like if
"If my friend is ugly,
no, like if
if
your
my
friend
baby is
gives birth to a
ugly,"
baby.
and the baby is ugly. No, I won't tell my friend because it doesn't make my
Okay,
friend.
okay. What about a case where like the friend baby has like say something strange happening to their skin or
Yeah, then
like
I'll ask
how
I
would
will ask
you
friends, I will be like, oh, why does she have this rash or something like that? And then the
mm,
friend will explain to me what's going on. It's as simple as that.
oh the head is big.
I will keep it to myself and then get home and then tell my brother, like, I went to that person's house and her
You
baby
won't
was
ask your friend like oh like what's up? Like this is like you pretend like you didn't see anything.
yes, because that's what like courtesy and like
Really?
social yeah.
I think
Because
I'll be deeply angry if a close friend of mine sees my
mm,
baby with a big head and doesn't doesn't see anything.
something if you want your friend to talk about your baby's big head, you have to make it comfortable. So you have to be the one to say like this my baby's head is so big, oh, like this my big head. Yeah, this, oh my god, Tolu. I was
Oh my god!
like whatever because if I
So
told my friend
I should wait for you to say,
yes,
"Oh, my baby's head is big. Let's talk about it."
because you don't know how sensitive the person is to those kind of things. And your friends, like, you don't want people that are close to feel bad. Like, do you want them to feel bad? You don't want them to feel bad. So it's not even a necessary thing
Yeah,
to
bro.
say,
Like I want to know what's up. Like this would
go home
obviously
and
be
go
between
home.
you.
Why are babies' heads sometimes big? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like, it's not, you must not even know. Like, it's not, you must not tell the person, you must not communicate with the person about it. That's my own.
Mm.
So you can go home and Google and say, you can text your doctor friend and say, I went to one of my friends'
Okay, okay. Hear this
house.
one out. What if the baby is albino?
You just be like, oh, I don't know, because
Will you
I'll buy
act like,
it.
even if you are not like very, you've never considered them to be cute? Will you now like act like, oh my god, you gave
No,
birth
you
to an
don't have
albino?
to. You don't have to pretend that the baby is cute. Or me, I'm not saying that you should lie. Like if I see an ugly baby, I'm not going to start saying, oh, cutie. But no, I'm not saying that
Oh,
you
you
should.
know, say
I don't be like, oh my god, we thank God for your safe delivery. Simple. Like,
I'm
yes.
gonna be watching out for whatever you see if I ever have a child. Oh my god. New fears unlocked.
No. So you, if the baby is not, so then now let me tell you the thing that I wanted to tell you. So
Mm.
there's this popular thing in my family, right, where I was an ugly baby. Like my mom talked about this all the time. In fact, my mom said that when she gave birth to me, that she was like, "What the fuck? Who is this child?" Like, she was not even interested in this thing. I wish I was
Are you
never.
serious?
Yes, like I wish I was never told those things because like it became like a popular joke like in my family and everything.
Mm.
So I was dark and I don't know. I like she said I was like an ugly baby. I don't even know why my mom told me this because I don't I like so I always said it and said that, but like by the time you were 3 months old, you were so fine. So fine. Like and I'm just like, okay, but I don't really want to know that I was an ugly baby or whatever.
So she never called you cute. Oh my god.
And like in fact when I was like when I was
Ah, she never said my princess. Oh.
when I was like 7-ish, like all those type of ages, I would be like, oh my god, you're such a fine child. And you need to
Yeah.
actually pictures of like when I was like a not toddler, what's the age between like when you're like 7, 8, 9, 10, that sort of age. I was really fine actually. So like I would be like,
In.
you're such a fine child. How did you end up why were you ugly when they gave birth to you? Like it's like she's so surprised that I ended up being fine. So it's just amazing her. And I'm just like, please stop telling this story. I don't want to know that I was like when you gave birth to me, you're like you had the sentiments that I was ugly or things like that. So my point is that if your friend gives birth to an ugly baby, you think your friend does not know. Your friend knows your baby is ugly. If you now start
Exactly why you should talk about it.
oh, the friend might be sensitive to it. If you now come and start saying, hey, cutie pie, you're mocking the
Which is worse.
That's why I don't say shit. Like, just be about the baby. Forget about like don't lie. But don't be mean either. Like that's just it.
Okay, extending this ugly conversation. Sorry that it's taking too long. But extending
Yeah.
this ugly conversation to like partners. So if you have a friend that has an ugly partner,
I
would
consider
you
some friends partners ugly.
really?
Yeah.
Do you want to name drop?
Obviously, I can't. So all of them can go and start thinking about if I think of their partner.
Oh my god.
But also like attraction is unique. I've never dated some people, but like other people will date them. And some people will never date me. They will never find me attractive. And other people find me. So it's just
Hmm. But how will you communicate that? So
I won't
like let's
communicate.
say,
So is it necessary to tell my friend that her partner is ugly? Is she choosing him because he's ugly or fine? That's not
are
why
you
now.
going to like you're not gonna make joke of it. People don't make joke in your friendships.
I'm not gonna. So we make jokes, but
You will
like,
just be like, oh, I just hope your kids don't have his gene. That kind of pee.
hmm, I don't. I don't do that. I'm like a nice person. No, I've ever told you. Do I say mean things to you? I don't say mean things to you. No.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Why I say mean things about you to you? I don't say mean things about other people. But also, like, if I think your partner is fine, like I would rather focus on giving compliments to people than focus on like telling them like what I
I
don't
don't
like.
don't think it should be two ways straight. Don't think like if like communicate open communication is the hallmark of like
I just
a
feel like
perfect
there's,
relationship.
there's kindness is important in friendship as well. Like some things are not just
Yeah,
necessary.
I'm not going to say it in an unkind way. Like the way I said it now is in an unkind way.
Somebody can take it as somebody can be
It will
sensitive
be in a,
about.
it will be in like banter. It will be in like
If it's, I
banter.
guess it depends on like the type of friendship. Like with my brothers now, hey God, my with my brothers now, we
Mm,
banter each other about our partners all the time. Like my brothers have this thing where they think that I like a certain kind of man, and they're always mocking me about like it. And then me now, I always like yeah, my brothers about like going for like shorter girls, and
mm,
um so I always talk about how like their children will be short or like we banter, right? So like sibling relationship is easy to do those things and you know that the person is not coming from like a place where they're trying to be spiteful or things like that. But or
yeah,
like
but like
yeah,
yeah.
like some friendships are not that mature. Also, some people are more sensitive than others. So it's like you can say it now, banter, the person will go home and say, so that's what that one really thinks of me, or that one is jealous of me, or stuff like that. So like, I don't have time to
Mm,
be enthused. Like, it's not that serious for me to tell you that your partner is ugly. So I just don't do it. But
okay.
like, if I have that kind of like,
I think I'll tell you, sure. Just like you can trust me. Just in case you
no, I'm so sure that you knew some of my partners. You were like, is this the one? And you did not say anything. You've never said any bad thing
know,
about anybody I've been with. You've
you've
never
pretty
said.
much not had a partner. So like why would I even say anything?
Yeah, I've not had like a partner, but I've had like some type of. So, and you've never said anything, and you know them, and you do
They're
not
not partners now. They're just like things that you're holding in your hands as you're going through this tough phase in life. So
interesting.
those ones
Do
are
you
they're permissible.
know, one of my so in fact this person Paige, right?
Mm.
When me and my like last partner, like obviously we're not dating like, but like when I was just like, you know what, like this is the end. Like I don't even want to follow up
The
with
one
this
you're crying about. Yeah.
crying about.
Let's act like he didn't cry. Go ahead.
I'm not like what are you talking about? Cry, care? It's not possible. Like cry for what?
It's okay, it's okay.
No, see, you
Like
don't
there are
even.
no it's just like two people that will listen to this episode. So like don't like it's not the
Yes,
world. Like it's
no,
fine.
no,
This is
no,
a
no,
safe
I do
space.
not cry. I do not like. I
It's
don't even
okay.
care.
It's
No,
okay. It's
no,
all
no,
gone now. It's all gone now.
because
It's okay. Like
okay.
just continue. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Just two people that will listen to this episode, so calm down.
Yes, I get it.
Mm.
It's probably me and you said.
I swear.
Anyway, so what was I saying? So when me and him met up and after like we had, so I was just like telling him that stuff. He was like, I just want to say something, Sha. So that you would know. I thought that you were shooting below this way he put it.
Oh my god. I remember my friends telling me about that, telling me that about someone I was with.
Yeah, they were like he was like you were going for below what you can. I was just like, no, not really. This person was kind, and he was like, no, 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 I don't care.
Yeah.
You have done way better.
Exactly. So like in
You
that
have
kind
done
of situation, like you
no,
want to have a friend
no,
like Paige around
he
you.
waited. Yeah, but he waited till we were no longer together. He was not like
Oh,
telling me
okay, 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 true, true.
because like imagine somebody like imagine if I was in love with that person and then you're now telling me that the person is not like I don't really want to hear that now. It's not fair.
True, true, true. Yeah.
Yeah. I have my friends of that have married people and I'm just like, so this person you're marrying, it's okay. Ah,
Mm,
but
true.
like I'm not going to come and start telling them that why are you getting married to this person?
True, 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 true. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now since we're talking about partners, should we wrap this up? I think we've spent like an hour plus. So maybe we should just like
Mm-hmm.
we've done a lot.
Wrap
We've
up
talked.
with your talk about partners.
Oh, I was gonna ask that, like, for somebody like you now, somebody like me now, I've been like, if you want to say like single dating, Like if you're
Mm.
saying single in a relationship, I've been like single since like ending of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but and then like wait, how long wait? Okay, you're not that single till so like I wanted to ask like when for you like when did you decide that okay this is the girlfriend now? Because I know this time last year you were single. So when did you
Mm-hmm.
decide that okay I want to be with this babe and everything like okay I'm going to come because my big
So I was
thing is that
smoking J one day. I was smoking J one day, and like my weed vendor in Lagos is actually like he used to get the good ones, like not every time.
oh you don't
But
smoke
this
why are you
week he got a good one, and I bought 20k
no you
watts.
don't smoke why are you lying
What you say?
you don't smoke why are
I
you lying
smoke.
it's a lie. I've never seen you with weed. I've never smelled it on your shirt. I've never smelled it
Have you
in
seen
your
me
house.
have sex before?
That's a different
Have
thing.
you seen me have sex before?
That's a different thing. If people
That's
who
not a
smoke,
different thing.
it's a different thing. With people who smoke, when you
That's
go to
not a
their house,
different thing for me. That's
people
not a
who
different
smoke,
thing
when
for
you go
me.
to their house, you see weed in one place or the other, or you see at least the tray, the ash, the something,
Do you
the
smell
small.
cum? Do you smell cum in my house when you come to my house? Do
That's
you
so dumb.
see
It does not
do you
make
see
sense.
pants
Like
in my house when you come to my house?
yeah, no, it does not make sense. What you're saying, these things you're saying, they don't
I
make
don't
sense.
understand you, my G. I don't you're yarning dust. You're
You are
yarning
not don't
ototo.
stop lying.
Ototo.
You are trying to pretend. You're trying to do those pH. You're not. You're not it. Yeah, you don't smoke. Continue your gist.
You're just hitting on my glory, man. Because at
What?
this point I don't get to hit. Are you trying to tell me I'm ugly? Oh my god. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know the answer. How did I know? I don't know. We're just talking and I liked her pretty much.
So you just said that. So like, what about all the other people you have been with before? Why didn't you like them?
So I think
Who-
I think when it comes to like long term dating, I optimize for enjoying like most of you. Whereas like with people that I'm just seeing, I optimize for enjoying just this thing about you. So
Mm.
like yeah.
So
So like
so you know you shared your list with me that year, like last year. I think it was even sometime around last year.
please can we not talk about that?
No, 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 I love it because you were like, oh, she has to be this, she has to be that, she has to have done this, she has to have done, she has to be working in X and X. I'm just like, is
Hmm.
it strict? Is it this like checklist ish?
It's not like very high end now. The list is actually very calm.
No, your
Like
list
if
is
you
pretty
think about it again.
you
Like
had like
there's nothing that is very far fetched from the list.
sections and the sections had now had the list of things like that.
You know, like it's just like minimum expectation, like minimum
I
criteria.
now your list is rubbish.
Is
But
is rubbish now. It's rubbish now, but like
you didn't follow it.
I don't think people should look out for things without setting expectations because
Let me
that's
tell
when
you, do you know the type of list I have?
what
I have like six different lists.
that's why
So
you've not found anybody. Go
yes,
ahead.
it's possible. I'm telling you that I've been tackling like myself and stuff like that. So like the first list there, you know that common list that people have, like, oh, he must be this, he must be that, blah blah. I don't necessarily have a list like that. I have a list that this is the ideal type of person that I'm mostly attracted to. So it's not necessarily
Hold on. I need to sing a song for you. We worship you, President General among the nation. Go ahead.
yeah. So for me, it's not necessarily that this person must meet this and that. It's just like okay, these are the typical things that I will get attracted to. So that list is pretty much useless because like most people are
Share with
like
me now. Not share with me, and I share mine with you. Can you imagine? Like I'm being vulnerable with you, and you're laughing at me because I'm ugly, and you cannot tell me your deep secrets.
it's not a
That's
deep
just
secret.
unfair.
It's not that deep. Like my type is my type. It's like it's almost obvious, right?
Yeah, and
No,
they have to be like
it has
they
to be
have to
like,
have a title.
eh?
Hmm.
Okay. Anyway, then I have a second list. That second list is like a list of 16s that a person has to tell me for me to take them seriously.
Okay. Can you mention two?
Okay, wait,
Can I get two?
let me pull up this list because that's been long since I even looked at that and I don't actually even
Can
care.
I guess two?
Hmm?
Can I
Yeah,
guess two?
let me open the list. Let me see where it has been such a long time, like February since I opened it. Oh yeah. So I had so here is it. Like let me see if I can it's passworded though.
Damn.
Oh okay. Okay, two. It's not even 67. I can't tell you. I actually cannot tell you. It's embarrassing. I'll send it to you, but I can't send it here. I can't say it here.
Oh,
Yeah.
so sad.
So like yeah, so I have like 7 things that the person has to tell me in order for me to take them seriously. So like every time I'm talking to people, I just create like so if I'm talking to like 3 people, I have like three their names like they're arranged, right?
Can you
Name,
pull up in the spreadsheet?
tabular form. Yes. So like
Wow.
anytime anyone tells me one of them, I just mark it. I just mark it. Like I just keep marking the number of
Wow.
things. So until you tell me all of them, I don't like I just see it as we're just we're vibing, we're talking, we're not it's not that deep. But
Wow.
here's the thing, like no since I created a list, nobody has ever told me all of them.
Wow.
Never told me all of
Can I
them.
guess? Can I guess one thing on the list?
Okay, you want to guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, guess.
Um. Um. Good night.
No. In fact, don't worry, I will tell you. I just realized that that's the list I was calling the 7 lists. That's a separate spreadsheet. The list for the things that the person has to tell me. I'm going to give you like three because like I don't want to say all of them. That's just like
Yeah,
dumb.
that'll be expo. That'll be expo. That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly. It's 10. So I just said that it's 10.
That's assuming someone listens to this.
Yes. So it's like I'm so excited to dash with you. So like just saying, oh, I'm so excited to do X on X with you is one of the things.
Oh,
Um,
I see.
so I miss you is one of the things. I'm sorry is like one of the things. I trust
Mm.
you. Don't worry, I've already said like 4 now. So like it's like 10 things, and like the person actually has to tell me 10 of them, in order for me to say that okay, you're taking me
Damn. So
seriously,
if the
and
person says nine, you're not going to consider the person.
you know that one thing about feelings is that feelings is stupid. So all these ones that I'm doing is actually that I'm not
Okay,
that
okay, true,
invested in
true, true, true.
anybody. Yeah, but like ideally, for me to be invested, I think that they do have to tell me all of these 10 things.
Would
And I
you
have
marry like a? Would you be with a traditional guy that is also like like most traditional men can be deeply romantic as some like to an extent.
yeah,
Would
but
you?
like romance is not the only thing I think about when it comes to like a partner.
Okay.
Yes,
What?
like an important part was like it's not the only thing.
Okay. Would you? Would you forgo every other thing if romance is there and money
No,
is there?
no,
Romance and money.
nope.
Romance means
I don't
desire.
think we even care about money that
Romance
much.
means desire. Let me emphasize.
I don't care. Like it's not enough for me. One of the things I realized like in my last situationship was that I care a lot about I care a lot about like trust, but not even trust in the conventional way of oh I trust you. Not like not like trust in terms of like fidelity or things like that. Trust in terms of like trusting that I know what I'm doing. Um like I like just trusting that I know what I'm doing, like right? Like so many like I just realized that even in my friendships, my best friendships, my best relationships are the ones where the other person is not trying to make me be like them or think like them or like do things the way they would do. Like we can talk about it, they can have like opposing views or whatever, but they are not trying to make me more like them. They're just they enjoy me for who I am. They trust me that I'm thinking about things properly and how it pertains to me. And they and even if it ends up being bad, they're not going to say, "Oh, I told you so. I'm not interested in helping you like resolve this or stuff like that." They are saying, "Okay, fine, this has happened. How to work through it?" Or like that trust of like leaving me alone to make my decisions to like it's just so important to me. In fact, I've realized that that's the bane of most of the conflict of my life is when people don't trust me enough to like make my decisions, make my um make my thing like this was the biggest source of like conflict between me and my last person. Like all the time we just always argued about like he just always went and say you should do things this way, you should like he had like I guess it's paranoia for him and it's like a sort of like expression of love to want to make me to do things a certain way. But to me, it just reflects on me like you don't think that I have sense enough to make decisions that are good enough for me. So like that's one thing that I realized that it's so important to me. If I ever meet anybody and they don't reflect that, I will never take them that seriously.
Cool.
But that's
That
not
makes
even the
sense.
only thing.
And
There's
that's
still
very,
things.
very important, I think.
Yeah, and I think that that's the value of actually
A
multiple
partnership.
dates. People hate like me. I've always said that I don't date to marry. I date to like
Mm-hmm.
have a good time and also learn more about myself. And if I never dated that person where it was emphasized to the max, I will not know that that was like an important thing for me. But like now I know that like any partner that I have, anybody that like I'm taking seriously, I just like it just has to be that you trust me to be able to do things on my own, to like make my own mistakes, to also like because I'm not always making mistakes. Sometimes I'm actually like doing the right thing, but like I don't want to be arguing about every decision that I'm making. I just don't want to deal with that.
Hmm. Facts.
Yes, so wait, though. I've not told you about. You know, I have 6 sheets, right? So like, I have a sheet where you have to tell me 10 things. I have another sheet where what's this one? This one is I think you have to do 7 things. Let me see.
Sorry, hold on. Did you hear
Yeah,
about Bill Gates shutting Tesla stocks?
yeah. He has been shutting it for a long time. It's not today.
Okay. Why was this guy now paranoid?
He maybe
Elon
he
Musk.
bought more. Maybe he bought more. Maybe he bought more. Like he shorted it more. He increased his position on it.
Interesting. All right, go
Okay.
ahead.
Then I have another list. This list I created for every single person. Is different from the other type of list. This one has to do with like every time you say something that makes me feel good, I give you a star. Anytime you say something or do something that makes me feel good, I give you a star.
And
So
so the person that was now shouting about my tiny five
no, no,
one
no,
pager.
no, no. So but the thing is that for me, this thing has to do with like advancement. It's not like I'm judging people. It's like
I'm not judging you.
me, I'm open. Your own list is judgmental. You don't want to deal with somebody in that list. Only ones I'm open. If you get up to 5 stars, there are things
No,
I'm judging.
no,
If you get up like
no.
if you
Is
5 stars
is
now,
is a is a scoring system. You don't
eh,
have to have 100% of everything. Like,
eh.
let me even pull up that stupid list they're talking of. Let me pull up that stupid list
You
because
now,
now
if you put
in
5 stars,
dementia.
I'm not going to like get on a phone call with you. Like I don't have time to be spending on you when you've not gotten up to 5 stars. It doesn't happen. So like 5 stars and you the ability to call me. 10 stars,
Ah,
there's
can you
20 stars.
imagine the person that said I'm judgmental?
I'm
You
not
are
judging
judge, you are judge, you are
you.
Judge Judy.
Not judging. It's not judging. Don't you know what judging means? To me, this is like my own life. And this is so that's the thing. Things that I don't wait. It just it prevents me from wasting my time. I don't get into situationships. I don't do I'm able to value. I'm able to look at people and what they are doing to me and reflect it. I'm never going to fall in love with somebody who's not in love with me. Like if you're not, you might be thinking that you're love bombing me or whatever. But like if it's not getting on my shit, it's not getting on my shit. For instance, somebody telling me that, oh, um, I want us to get married, blah blah. That's not something that gets you a star because like I don't care about that. But if someone said they wanted to give me the world now, I can't even give it to
Wow.
the kind of love bombing I enjoy. So yeah.
This
So
is this is quite pathetic.
yeah, because of my star system.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't think you're going to make it out of the church, out of the jungle.
See, don't worry. I'm really working on myself. I'm thinking about things. I'm thinking about how I'm
Okay.
thinking about things. So it's like maybe I should not be so methodological.
Yeah,
Maybe I should.
sometimes you need to be. To be honest, I think. I
Yeah,
think. I think you need to sometimes put down this method so that you are conscious of it.
yeah. Because you can
Sometimes just
easily
like
get
when
caught up
feelings come.
in things. So like, it's so easy to
Yes,
get caught up in feelings. It's so easy to get
exactly.
like, yeah. Because like, for instance, now my like there are people that I've been with, and I know that I do not want to date them. Like I enjoy having like a situation with them, but I don't want to date them. That's just because like it doesn't even matter how I feel. I like it's so clear to me that this person is this I want to do this thing with this person because they don't cover XY for me. And then there are some people that like I meet and I know that I could date you, but like it can't like in 2 years we have to break up or things like that. Like I don't like in fact, to be honest, I've never met anybody I want to get married to. To be very honest, like I've never met anybody I thought, I want to get married to this person. So like every time people like just like approach you, I'm just like, please, I don't like, don't talk about it. I don't want to know. Like, don't bring it up. I'm not interested. I don't want to. I don't want to do this and stuff like that. I wish I could be more upfront to people and tell them that I enjoy you, but like in 1 year, we're off, like we're over. In my own head, 1 year, that's all. But I also want to be open to things sometimes because like you end up like liking people sometimes more than you think. Or even like
Hmm.
discovering other parts of people or people change or stuff like that, like they grow and you just like, oh, I really like this other thing about this person. I met somebody like in January or something, and he was 38. And I'm like, when he told me how old he was, and he was 38, he was like a Christian guy. So I was like, you know what? We're not compatible at all. And he's like, why are you saying that? I'm like, first of all, you're 12 years older than me. Trust me, like what you want in life is probably not what I'm thinking about. You're probably thinking you're
I
38.
think that's racist, though.
Eh?
I think that's very racist.
No. So see thing. He's like 38. He owns an estate in Lagos. Like owns it. Like owns a real estate company and the real estate company has an estate. Yeah, like you're settled. You're still doing like little projects here and there, some of it for the government, blah blah blah. You are at a point in your life where you're thinking about like that's the kind of person that in 6 months they'll get married to you, like in 2 months they'll propose to you. What's the name of these people? What's the name of that babe that got married, that actress?
No
Uh
joke.
yeah, Sharon. Like those are the kind of people that will propose to you in 2 months because like they are just looking for who to get married to. That's any babe that's entered they are just trying to get married, right? And like I'm 26, I'm trying to say, okay, am I moving out of the country? Am I not moving out of the country? I'm in a point in my company where I'm saying that, oh my god, what are we doing here? Like, what is the next thing? Like, I'm struggling a lot, right? And I'm struggling a lot mentally in terms of like how to fix the company. I'm also not like I'm not thinking about marriage at all. Like marriage will derail me. And then or rather like maybe not necessarily marriage that will derail me, but maybe a marriage that you then have to start thinking about kids and stuff like that. That sort of marriage will derail me. And then I also am not thinking about like um and also like at that point I was also thinking about going back to school, which I have made a decision right now on, but like I was also thinking about things like that. I'm just 26. It's not even like a deep thing. It's just we're in different points in our life in such a way that it can clash. And then lastly, you are a very like you value Christianity, like the value of yours, Christianity, not Christian values now, Christianity. And I do not. Like, where are we going to go from here? So for me, it's like there's no point. Like, let's not pursue it. Don't pursue it. I won't pursue it. Like, whatever. And he's like, no, you're looking at things the wrong way. Like, you're looking at the glass as half empty instead of looking at it as half filled. We have things in common. I'm like, okay, what do we have in common? And he's like, oh, we're both entrepreneurs. I'm like, well, that's not necessarily a good thing. You probably want somebody who is more stable, like has more of a stable job or whatever. He's like, there's no job that is stable. Anybody can get fired, any company can get shut down. I'm like, okay, fine, that makes sense. Because like, we're both Nigerians, we're both. I'm just like he really was going after it for weeks. He was sending me like he was let's say romantic, but like he used to send me stuff to my house, like just oh hey, I'm thinking about you here, like stuff like that. But it just did not like for me. When I checked my list, I just said this guy needs to free this thing. I had to lie to him that I had traveled so that he would leave me alone. So,
Man.
yeah, just stuff like that, sha.
Hmm. That's quite interesting. And thanks for sharing all this with us today on our very first episode of what's the title of this fucking podcast?
Fake friends, oh, still fake.
Two fake friends. Glory to God, glory to God, glory to God. Um, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being an audience to us on this very first trial episode of Two Fake Friends.
Hmm.
Um, help us tell your friends, subscribe, follow, like,
Hmm.
comment. What else is there to do? Give us 5 stars, and if we get 100
If we get 10
impressions on
listeners,
this thing,
if we get like 10 listeners, we should probably record another one, Abby.
yeah, if we get 10 listens across all platforms, I think we should go and sign brand deal with Nike
With zero.
or something.
Oh my god.
No, I don't think that's I don't think
Okay,
that's the company we
we
want to
have
deal with. We want to
to,
deal with broke companies, I beg.
but Tolu, you have to cut that part out. When
Huh?
people are going with you, are you not going to cut that part out?
What parts?
The company part.
Oh, no need.
Okay.
Oh fuck. But yeah, it was nice chatting with you. Yeah, see you same depends on the outcome of this episode, sure. But see
Yeah.
you same time, same place.
And also,
Um.
they should, like tell us what they want us to talk about.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Give us your problems and give us your
No
gist. And
problem. But just like, what do you want us to gist about? Like, literally.
yeah, that's what you want us to talk about. Please, we don't want to talk about Nigeria. We don't want to talk about Nigerian problems. We are very fine.
Economic issue. I'm not talking about Tinubu and
I can talk about Joe Biden staggering and Trump because I don't have zero affinity with them. But yeah,
talk about riches soon. That's
yeah,
if
you
you
can talk about him. Nobody
will
fucking cares
probably
about
know
him,
Indonesia, yeah. So
bro. Like I've not seen this kind of like. Let me not even drag this thing again. Good night.
yeah.
So how do we end
It's
this?
probably, yeah.
End session for all.